Alright guys, so the last part of trig that we have to do is non-right angled trig. So this stuff shouldn't be too hard for you since you should have seen it before in year 10. So the key thing is to know which angles match to which sides. So but just say if we have angle A here, the matching side is always opposite it. So that's side A. If you have angle B, the matching side is straight opposite of it. And angle C is just go across and you have side C. So just remember which angles match with which sides. So the first rule we're going to look at is the sine rule. So pretty much A over sine A equals B over sine B. You don't really need that third bit. So when I like to use the sine rule, I like to put whatever you're trying to find on top. So this one here is easier for sides. So if I'm finding a side, I just put the side first on top. And the second one, I just put the angle on top. So yeah, they're pretty much the same rule, just flipped. So on your formula sheet, I'm pretty sure there's only one of them. Alright, so just say we have this question here. So given two sides, two angles and a side. So since we're finding a side, always put what you're trying to find first. So x over, and then you want the matching angle, so that's 50. So it'll be x over sine 50. And that equals, so now we need the other pair, so it's 10, and the matching angle is 70. So 10 over sine 70. So then just times the 50 over, we get 10 sine 50. So remember that's just 10 times sine 50 over 70, sine 70. Yeah, just pretty much type it in your calculator and you should get approximately 8.15 units. So the only reason we're writing units is it doesn't state what the units are, so we have to write units. So the next one, given one angle and two sides. So since we're finding angles now, always put what you're trying to find first on top. So it's going to be sine 50, sorry, sine theta, over, so the matching side is 16. And that equals sine 53 over 19 now. So pretty much rearrange, so we just times the bottom thing over. So that's why I always like to put what you're trying to find on top, because you always times the bottom over. So sine theta would be 16 sine 53 over 19. Remember, we're trying to find an angle, so we have to do the inverse. So theta equals, so inverse sine of that. So 16 sine 53 over 19. You should get approximately 42.26, but if I want to put it in degrees, minutes, seconds, we'll get 42 degrees, 16 minutes. So it just depends on what the question asks, which form it wants. Alright, so the next example, so we have to be aware of obtuse angles, so that line should be down here, but I'll try and fix that for you guys. Alright, so to find angle ADB, which is this one. So notice we have an angle, we have its matching side of an angle and a matching side, so we can use the sine rule. So we don't even really need this right angle bit, that's just there to trick you. So if we find angle ADB, so sine angle ADB over the matching side, which is 23. So that equals sine 37 over 17. So then we times the side over. So obviously do inverse sine of that, and you should get approximately 54.51. But if you look at the diagram, that's obviously an obtuse angle. So we know that according to this diagram, angle ADB is going to be 180 minus 54.51. So, but angle ADB is obtuse. So therefore 180 minus 54.51. So that gives us 125.49 degrees. So yeah, so always check that your answers make sense with whatever diagram they give you. Alright, so harder questions is they'll give you a word question, but then they won't give you a diagram. So normally you have to know how to get this diagram from the information they give you. But in this case, I've given you the diagram. So pretty much we're going to find how much they've traveled. So we're going to find AB plus BC plus CA or AC. But yeah, first we have to find the two sides they don't give you. So you're going to find BC and AC. And as you can see, so first to use the sine rule, we need to know the angles. So this is a straight angle, so that's going to be 117. And you can find that last angle, because if you know two sides of the triangle, you can find the last because it's angle sum. So you get 24. Yeah, so now you know one side and a matching angle, and then you know all the other angles, so you can find the others easily using the sine rule. So BC over sine 39 equals, so the sides we know is 67 over sine 24. So then BC would equal 67 sine 39 over sine 24. So I'm going to leave it like this for now. So I'm not going to put it in my calculator because if we round it now, we lose accuracy in the end. So we want to leave it. So you want to leave things as exact as possible until the end. Alright, so I'm not going to do the working out for the next bit. But if you did a similar thing to get AC, so using the sine rule, you get AC equals 67 sine 117 over sine 24. So now you know all your three sides, you just add them up. So now this is when you type it all in your calculator in one go to get the accuracy that you need. So therefore AB plus BC plus AC so now the AB is 67 from the diagram. So plus 67 sine 39 over sine 24. So plus 67 sine 17 over sine 24. So yeah, just type that in your calculator. And you should get approximately 317.43. But since they want the answer to the nearest kilometre, we get 317. So yeah, so a key thing I want to highlight out here is try not to round your numbers up until the end. So next we'll move on to the cosine rule. So yeah, it's pretty much similar to Pythagoras' theorem. So it's c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. So we use this for finding sides. And this is for angles. So on your formula sheet they give you c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. So from that, if you don't memorize the bottom one, you can always rearrange that top one to get the angle, the formula for angles. So yeah, it's just using algebra and rearranging. Alright, so we have to find a side. So I just like to write the rule first. So the key thing when using the cosine rule is identifying which one is c. That's important because c is the one you're trying to find, so that means cos c, the big angle, is 131. So pretty much it's just substitution. So a and b doesn't really matter which order you put it in. The only important one is getting correct is c. So type that in your calculator, you should get approximately 603.805. So I'm just going to put dot dot dot. And then yeah, just square root your answer on your calculator, so you don't have to type in anything. So then that, if you square root that, you get around 24.57 if you do it to 2 decimal places. Alright, so the next question, we're finding an angle. So yes, you can either use, if you don't memorize the formula, just rearrange the formula for sides that they give you. So it's cos c equals a squared plus b squared minus c squared over 2ab. So since the angle's theta, so cos theta equals, so remember we're finding theta, so our c is 11. So c squared plus 8 squared minus 11 squared over 2ab. And that'll give you negative 8 on 112. So you can simplify that further down if you want, but it doesn't really matter since we're going to just type it in a calculator anyway. And since you're finding an angle, you have to use inverse cos of negative 8 over 112. And that should give you roughly 94 minutes. So 94 degrees 6 minutes. So I'll let you try the next question. Alright, so here's the solution to the question. So yeah, the hardest part about non right angled trig is usually knowing which rule to use. So normally if you have all three sides and you need to find an angle, or or you have two sides and an included angle, the one in the middle, then that's when you use the cosine rule. But yeah, it all comes with practice. Alright, so the last rule we need to look at for non-right angled trig is the area rule. So yeah, so there's many different forms depending on which side you use, but the main one I memorized was half AB sine C. It doesn't matter what order you memorize it in. So yeah, so area equals half AB sine C, and it's just substitution. So it's just half times 3 times 4, doesn't matter what order you do it in, and it's just sine 50. So if you do that, you should get 4.596, but if we do it to two decimal places, we just say it's 4.60. So approximately 4.60 centimeter squared, since we're finding an area. So yeah, I'll let you try the next two questions. So it's a bit different because it's just using algebra. But yeah, just write down the formula, sub in what you know, and solve. Alright guys, see if you did it correctly. They're the two solutions you should have got. So it's pretty much just substitution and rearranging. So yeah, so that's it. We've pretty much finished trig, so that's another topic done.